All right, let's get going with all the buzzers in trade then. Let's resume with all the buzzers. And first up, one important buzzer in trade today is Avenue Supermart or D-Mart, as we saw the shares rising for this counter after D-Mart operator opened its first major store in Uttar Pradesh. Now, this move signals deeper expansion plans for the company and also taking the total store count to 421 now. But Morgan Stanley remains underweight, saying that the store growth pace in the region will be a key factor to watch out for. Now, Morgan Stanley is maintaining an underweight with a target price of 3,260 rupees. They feel that the first major store opening in the state of Uttar Pradesh, which is India's most populous state, D-Mart follows an ownership model for its retail stores that follows a cluster-based approach for store expansion, and they view this opening in the state as a positive step, but they feel that they would be closing this tracking this very closely. The company's pace of expansion in the state, where the opportunity to open store remains rather large, but nonetheless they're maintaining an underweight on the counter. But Avenue Supermarts is in focus. In fact, it's soaring in trade on the back of that expansion with gains of 3.6%.
The stock is holding up with gains of nearly 3.5% in trade today. But Lakshmikant, what do charts indicate for Avenue Supermart?
Since beginning, this stock has given consolidation breakout about all key moving averages, reclaiming 50 and 20 DMA levels with the formation of bullish candle. So overall structure is on the bullish side till it hold above the levels of 200 DMA, which is placed around the zone of 4,055 to 4,445. So I think that till it hold this level, we could expect the upside breakout, and even we have suggested long recommendation in the call in our morning session of ET Now Swadesh, and then after it has also started moving higher. So we expect that from the current levels, it could go higher toward the levels of 4,500 with the stop loss of 4,050 on the downside.
The levels of 4,500 on Avenue Supermart, that's the word coming in. But shifting focus to the auto sector, M&M is in focus, and this after the company received approval from CCI, or the Competition Commission of India, for acquisition of SML Isuzu. Remember, this was announced a couple of days ago, and now the company has received approval from CCI. Now, on the back of this, the company will also be making an open offer. This open offer will be done at 1554 rupees per share, and the acquisition will be carried out in two parts. 44% stake will be acquired from the promoter, which is Sumitomo Corporation, and the balance 15% from the public shareholder Isuzu Motors. So on the back of this approval that the company has received from CCI, the stock is in focus today, holding on to gains of nearly 1% in trade today.
Alright, moving on from M&M to the next counter that is in focus today, and that's Bharat Forge. Ravinder, you picked out Bharat Forge for us. Talk to us about the news here.
Well, as Bharat Forge is in focus, where company and French company has signed a MOU to offer Aroc UAV in alignment to Indian Military of Defence. And Aroc is a male class UAV developed to offer the best available technology at the lowest acquisition and deployment cost, flying at a high altitude and for long period. It performs long-range surveillance system missions. It also electromagnetic sensor and radar enable it to monitor the enemy while remaining stand off from the threat. So back of this news, Bharat Forge is in focus.
Okay, shifting focus from Bharat Forge to MGL or Mahanagar Gas, then the stock is in focus today, and Lakshmikant, it is down 0.5%. 1427 is where it is currently trading. Do you see upside on this counter from here?
Although due to selling pressure in the market, the stock has also seen some sort of profit booking. But if we look at the overall structure of last few sessions, yesterday MGL has given rectangular pattern breakout of the levels of 1,425, reclaiming the levels of 200 DMA. And even in today's sessions, the stock has found support from its 200 DMA level. So we expect that this momentum will continue go higher, and we expect the target of around the levels of 1,495, whereas on the downside 1,380 could act as the strong support until it defend this level. We expect that this momentum will continue toward a target of 1,495.
Alright, moving on then from MJL on the charts to Kanishka. You picked out Concord for us. Tell us what's the news flow here. I believe a brokerage note has come out on Concord. Take us through the note.
That's right. Concor is in focus because Motilal Oswal that has reiterated its bullish stance on the company. Now it continues. The company continues to maintain that market leadership with a pan-India share of 56%. And the brokerage says that the company is expected to be a key beneficiary of the dedicated freight corridors, that is DFC, with full commissioning by FY26 that will boost volumes and operational efficiency for the firm. But for FY26, it's targeting 13% volume growth, riding on demand from high-margin sectors like FMCG and solar logistics. Now, Motilal Oswal projects a 10% volume CAGR with EBITDA margins of 23 to 24% over FY25 to 27. It has maintained a buy rating on the stock and revised the target price to 980 rupees. Now, despite this note, the stock is not reacting much. It continues to be in the red, down over 0.5% in trade today.
Kanishka, Rabinder and Lakshmikant, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us today. But with that, we need to slip into a very short break. We'll be back on the other side with lots more.